English learners. Welcome back to English Voice Podcast, the place where learning English feels simple, natural, and relaxed. I'm Elena.
And I'm Jax. We're really happy you're here with us today.
If you enjoy learning English with us, don't forget to follow or subscribe to English Voice Podcast and share it with someone who is learning English too. All right, let's jump into today's episode.
Jax, can I ask you something before we start? Sure. Have you ever been telling a story about the past, a real experience, something that happened to you, and you suddenly stopped in the middle of a sentence and thought, should I say was, or did, or had here? And then just picked one and carried on hoping it sounded right?
Oh, yes, many times. I remember telling a colleague about a problem I had experienced at work a few months earlier, and I started the sentence 3 different ways in my head. It was a difficult situation, I did everything I could, I had already tried to resolve it before I spoke. And even though I instinctively said the right thing, I realized I could not have explained why each one was right. They are all past, but they feel so different from each other.
And that instinct, knowing something feels right without being able to explain why, is exactly where today's episode begins, because was, did, and had are all about the past, but they describe the past in 3 completely different ways. Each one places you differently in time. Each one tells a different kind of past story. And once you feel those differences, the right word arrives naturally every time.
So today we are talking about 3 of the most fundamental past tense forms in English: was, did, and had. Not as grammar labels, as living, feeling words with their own personalities and their own ways of moving through the past.
Because once you feel the past each word creates, you will stop hesitating. You will simply see which one belongs in your sentence, the way you can feel whether a word sounds right before you even think about the rule.
Today we have 3 ideas that will completely change the way you feel about was, did, and had. And Jax, I think our listeners are really going to love the 3rd one.
The 3rd one is the one that stays with you, so please stay with us all the way to the end. Let's begin with idea number 1.
Idea number 1. Was is the word of state and condition, not action, not completion, but being. When you use was, you are describing what something or someone was like at a particular moment in the past, a quality, a condition, a situation, a state of being.
The day was beautiful. She was nervous before the interview. He was very young when he left home. The room was completely silent. I was happy. They were exhausted. In every one of these, was describes a condition, something that simply existed at that moment. No action is happening. Nothing is being done. Something just was.
Was is the past of the verb to be, the verb we reach for when describing what something is, not what it does. Was carries the atmosphere of a moment. It paints the background. When a storyteller sets a scene, the night was dark, the air was cold, she was alone. Those was words create the world the story lives inside. Was is the scenery. Was is the mood.
And was is used as a helper verb in the past continuous. She was walking home when it started to rain. He was reading when the phone rang. In these sentences, was plus the ing form describes something already in progress when something else happened. Was describes the ongoing background, the action already in motion.
I want to share something personal. When I think about a moment from my childhood, sitting in my grandmother's garden on a warm afternoon, the words that come to me are was words. The garden was full of color. She was wearing her favorite apron. The air was warm and still. I have not done anything. Nothing has happened. I am just describing a state, a condition, a world as it was in that single, still moment. Was holds that stillness perfectly.
So the personality of was is atmospheric, descriptive, and still. It describes conditions and states, not actions. It sets the scene and holds the mood. Was is the background of your past story.
Okay, let's move to idea number 2. And this is where the past starts to move.
Idea number 2. Did is the word of action. Where was describes what something was like, did describes what someone actually did, a completed action, something that happened, something that was carried out and finished at a specific moment in the past.
She did her best. He called the office first thing in the morning. They finished the project ahead of schedule. I made breakfast. We walked to the station together. She smiled and said nothing. In every one of these, someone is doing something. An action is happening and completing. Did, and the simple past tense it represents, is the tense of events, of things that happened.
And did itself has 2 roles, a full verb, she did her homework, and an auxiliary that helps form questions and negatives. Did you call her? I did not expect this. In questions and negatives, did carries the past tense, so the main verb stays in its base form.
Think about the difference between was and did in a story. The kitchen was a mess. That is was, a state, a condition, the way things were. She cleaned the kitchen, that is did, an action, something she carried out and completed. One describes how things stood, the other describes what changed them. Was is the state of the world, did is what moved through it.
And here is something beautiful about was and did together. Was words set the scene, background, atmosphere, conditions. Did words move the story forward, events, actions, things that happened. A story without was is just a list of events. A story without did has atmosphere, but nothing ever happens. Together, they bring the past fully to life.
So, the personality of did is active and forward-moving. It describes completed past actions, things that happened, things that changed the world of the story. Did moves the story. Did is the event.
And now, as promised, idea number 3, the one we have been building toward. Are you ready?
Tell them, Jax.
Idea number 3, had is the word of what came before. When you use had in the past, you're describing something that happened even earlier than the main events of your story. Had reaches further back. It layers the past. It says, before all of this that I am telling you, something else had already happened.
She had finished the report before the meeting started. He had never been to that city before that trip. They had been waiting for 2 hours by the time we finally arrived. I had already eaten by the time she called to invite me to dinner. In every one of these, had describes something that was already complete, already over, already true before the main event of the sentence happened.
This is the past perfect. Without had, all past events sit on the same flat level, one thing after another. With had, you create layers. You show that some events happened before others. You give your listener the full picture of time.
Think about this sentence. When I arrived at the party, everyone left. Now think about this one. When I arrived at the party, everyone had left. In the first sentence, the leaving happened after the arriving. I arrived and then they left. In the second sentence, the leaving already happened before I arrived. I arrived and found an empty room. Same words, very different stories. Had makes that difference.
And had also works with been to form the past perfect continuous. She had been working on it for weeks before she asked for help. He had been living abroad for years before he decided to come home. Had been adds the quality of something ongoing in the deeper past before a later past event arrived.
I want to tell you about a listener who wrote to us. Her name is Priya, and she wrote from India. You may remember Priya from our Can, Be Able to, and Manage to episode. She said she had always told past stories on one flat level, one event after another, all in the simple past, with no sense of which things came before which other things. And she could never understand why her stories sometimes confused people.
She described telling a colleague about a missed deadline at work. She said, "I could not finish the report because the client changed the brief." And her colleague looked unsure. Changed it when? Before the report started? During the process? At the last minute? The timeline was unclear because she had not used had to show what came first.
And then she learned about had, and about the difference between was for state, did for action, and had for the deeper past. And she tried rewriting the same story. The brief had already changed twice before I even started writing. I did everything I could with what I had, but the deadline was completely unrealistic by that point.
And her colleague immediately understood the timeline. She said, "That sounds really frustrating." Because the had placed the changed brief clearly before the writing. The did showed her actions. The was showed the state of things at the end. 3 past words, 3 different layers of time, one clear and complete story.
She wrote to us a few weeks later and said, "I feel like I have been telling flat stories my whole life, and now they have depth." She said it felt like a small door had quietly opened.
That story gives me chills every single time.
So here is your permission. Use was for the states and conditions, the background, the atmosphere, the way things simply were at a moment in time. Use did for the actions, the events, the things that happened and completed, the things that moved the story forward. And use had for the deeper past, the things that had already happened before the main events of your story even began.
Okay, let's take a gentle pause now and do our word tour, a calm, quiet walk through some of the words and phrases from today.
Just a few, slowly, so they settle into you.
First word, condition, a state or situation that something is in. Was describes conditions, the way things were. For example, the conditions that day were unlike anything we had experienced before. Condition, condition.
Next word, completed, finished, brought to an end. Did describes completed past actions. For example, once she had completed the first draft, the whole project felt possible. Completed, completed.
Next word, sequence, the order in which things happen. Had makes past sequences clear, showing what came before what. For example, understanding the sequence of events was essential to understanding what had gone wrong. Sequence, sequence.
Next word, atmosphere, the mood or feeling of a place or moment. Was creates atmosphere, the descriptive background of a scene. For example, the atmosphere in the room changed the moment she walked in. Atmosphere, atmosphere.
Next word, layer, one level within something that has multiple levels. Had adds layers to storytelling, depth at different points in time. For example, the story had so many layers that it took her several readings to understand it. Layer, layer.
And our last word, narrative, a story or account of events. Was, did, and had each play a different role in building a rich, clear past narrative. For example, the narrative she told was so vivid that everyone felt they had been there. Narrative, narrative.
6 words today: condition, completed, sequence, atmosphere, layer, and narrative. Try to use one of them this week, even in your head. even in a sentence you write before you sleep, because a word you use is a word you keep.
And a word you only hear passes through you like wind. But a word you feel, a word you connect to a real moment in your life, that word becomes yours forever.
Okay, now it is your turn, and this is our favorite part of every episode.
Yes, because now the conversation belongs to you.
Here is your challenge. Think of something that happened to you in the past, any real experience, maybe something from this week, maybe something from years ago, and write 3 sentences about it. One using was to describe the state or atmosphere at that moment, one using did to describe an action that happened, and one using had to describe something that had already happened before the main event.
Let the 3 words work together to build one small, clear, layered picture of a moment in your past. Was for the background, did for the event, and had for what came before the event.
For example, the room was very quiet when I walked in. I did not say anything at first. I just looked around. Everyone had already left, and I had not known they were leaving.
Or, it was a cold, gray morning, and I was not feeling my best. I made myself a cup of tea and sat by the window for a while. I had been awake since 4 o'clock, and by the time the sun finally came up, I had already decided what I needed to do.
That second one is so beautifully layered. Was for the atmosphere of the morning, made and sat for the actions, had been awake and had already decided for the things that had preceded the moment. 3 words, 3 different depths of past time, one complete and vivid picture.
So please write your 3 sentences in the comments. Make them real. Make them honest. And notice how was, did, and had each contribute something different, state, action, and deeper past, to make your story whole.
And know this, when you write your comment, you are not just practicing grammar, you are practicing the art of telling your own past clearly and fully, placing your listener inside the moment, inside the sequence, inside the full, layered truth of something that happened to you. And that is one of the most human things language can do.
And your 3 sentences might be exactly what another learner needs today. Someone whose past stories have always felt flat, always felt like a list, never quite brought the moment fully to life. And then they read your sentences, and something shifts. Oh, that is what depth in a past story feels like. I can do that too.
One honest sentence gives permission to 100 quiet hearts.
Before we close today, thank you for listening all the way to this moment. That is not a small thing.
And to anyone who has been telling flat past stories and wondering why they sometimes confuse people, now you have the 3 layers. Was for the background and the state of things, did for the events and the actions, had for the deeper past, for what had already happened before your story even began. Use all 3 together, and your past stories will come fully to life.
Was for the world as it simply was. Did for what happened inside that world. Had for everything that came before. 3 words, 3 layers of past time. All yours now.
Language that tells the past clearly is language that truly connects.
If this episode helped you even a little, please give it a like. Subscribe to English Voice Podcast and share it with someone who needs to hear this today. Your support helps this little podcast reach more learners, and every new listener is one more person who feels a little less alone in this journey.
Until next time, take care of your English and take care of yourselves. This was English Voice Podcast. I'm Elena.
And I'm Jax. We will see you in the next episode. Bye, everyone.